into position. Come on, stay there. Stay there. Luckily, it's not too windy today. And hopefully this is gonna work out. Getting some glare. I don't like glare. There is some glare. See if we can minimize the glare. What could we use? A box, maybe. Does that reduce the glare a little bit? I think it does. Good. Good. I'm glad that some of the glare was reduced somehow. And it's back. Now it's gone. Okay, so let me start off real quick by getting the channel on. That always helps. Turn the drone on. Today. Oh, that looks good. Look at that beta flight. Okay, so a very nice subscriber requested that I put on my invention today. So I'm gonna put on my invention, and then I'll show you how much cooler the invention that somebody made based on my invention is, because mine was not very professional looking. So let me turn it to me and I will show you my invention. This is the thing, and it goes on like this, but first you need to strap it onto yourself. So you've got one of these things that you see right here. This goes over one shoulder. Then you put the thing onto yourself like this. And this goes around. So it's easier to do it this way. And then get this over here. And then it stays in position. Now, what's important is that you get yourself a phone. So the phone will go in here. So this allows me to see the phone screen while I record things that are moving around, such as RC cars and planes and stuff like that. So that was my invention. But now I'm going to show you the invention that a company made and did a whole better job than what I did, because obviously this is styrofoam. This is not a good harness. And my invention, although it allows for pretty much any phone to be connected to it, it's just not very professional looking. So this is what they came up with. So this goes over your head like this. And this is for your arms. It goes nice and neatly, wraps around the shoulder. You can see already how much more professional this is. And the other bit comes all the way around and connects up here, like so. Now this is cool for many reasons, because one, you've got this thing here that adjusts the position, which is really awesome. And I can put whatever phone I want on here, but even better, I can attach something like the one, the only, the very famous Pi Genie. So if I wanted to, I could have motion tracking on here. That is, if I can get this on here, which I can. Maybe. There we go. So then the phone goes on here, no problem, on the Pi Genie. And then I can put this on like this. Now I can go about my recording RC crawlers and stuff, whatever. And it's very easy. Look at that. I don't have to do anything, and I can see the screen, so I can talk. I'm close to the microphone. I mean, it's perfect. And if I want to get things up in the sky, all I need to do is do this, and then I'm remote controlling while watching the planes. But then if there's something like a ground vehicle or a boat, it's very comfortable and I can do this. So there you go. The Chinese that we all get upset about made something that I could buy very, very cheap, which is professionally done. So my invention was very cool, but somewhat impractical. They've done a better job of creating something that I can use with their thing here, or you could even have a selfie stick if you wanted to have it like up here or something. I don't have a selfie stick. So I'm going to use it with the Apai Genie, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm glad I could do this little show and tell, and I hope this entertains my very nice subscriber. And I look forward to watching some more of her amazing videos on cooking vegan stuff. So yes. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fly the one, the only, the Speedy Bee Flex 25, and I have 3 batteries. So today it's going to be a little bit better because I've got a little bit more flight time, which is always better than not much flight time. Oh, I forgot to say, let me turn the camera again. I will be flying it with my usual weird goggles that make me look a little bit like something out of Dragon Ball Z. And these ones are different because they connect directly to the channel that you want. These ones, you could also do that, but usually I just go with auto search because let's face it, most people who are new to the hobby are just going to do an auto search and they're just going to go with whatever signal. They're not going to go through the paperwork and, you know, do things the proper way. This, I've set the channel exactly on what is this here drone right here. I found out what channel it was and I connected it to the exact channel. And we're going to see what difference that makes. I'm going to probably go on one pack with the usual goggles that I do and see if there's breakup and stuff, and then I will go with these ones where I'm on the exact channel and see if it makes any difference. I mean, I got crossfire receiver for a reason, but yesterday I did not see some amazing results with it, so we'll just have to see what happens. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to start off, as I said before, with this here pair of goggles. Let's turn it on. They are on auto search, so it's a little bit like Russian roulette. Did they catch the perfect channel or not? We'll just have to see. Let's go. Hopefully I won't get that fogging effect today, because yesterday it was quite annoying. Armed and ready. Let's go. Uh-oh. Oops. Lost the signal already on my goggles. I don't know if the signal is still good. Nope. Signal is lost. And now I have to go find the drone. Whoops. Before I go find the drone, I probably should put it on beeper so that I can find it. Very important to have the beeper function. It looks like we have signal again, so not very far. So that's one of the things that really annoys me about drones, is that when you do fall, sometimes the signal just completely dies on you. So, and also I noticed that when it hit the ground, the battery moved a little bit. So that's not good for positioning. But trust me, that happens with every kind of drone. I've had my DJI Mini crash, and the battery came out, even though it has an extra latch for protection. Because the newer ones don't have that. The battery is exposed to the elements. So, I don't know. Let's get back up there and see what we can do. Oh, I've got some fogging in my goggles. Not fun. We're armed and ready to go. Oh, I think I'm in acro because this is... I don't know. I might be in acro because the thing was doing something weird. But we're still okay. It's armed and ready. What? Armed. The drone is stuck on something. That's not good. Maybe I lost a propeller. Armed. No, I'm fine. Let's come back to me really gently. It is very responsive. It's pretty good. I'm really enjoying this flight right now. So far, so good. I am actually getting pretty good vision, actually, which is nice. Okay, calm down, calm down, calm down. Armed. Up and back. Nope, no, don't do that. Can I still make it? Bad idea, bad idea. No vision on where I am. You guys probably lost the signal too. I'm somewhere over there where the trees are. So, again, this is kind of annoying, but I'll put the beeper on it and I'll go get it again. I barely touched the ground, and this is something that happens all the time. For some reason, I am lost. You guys can see it on the screen yourselves. The goggles lost connection, and the other video signal has also lost connection. So I'm gonna go find it and come right back. So that was already a couple of walks of shame there. Sorry about the beeping, but that's how you find your drones, guys. One of the important features of all this stuff is make sure you get your beepers installed and set up, or get yourself a ready-to-fly kit that has a beeper on it. Because trust me, you don't want to be looking around trying to find stuff. The other cool thing is original Dobo created these cool bumpers for the Avata, and those also help to find your drones because they're a little bit like my glow in the dark stuff, so very, very bright. Anyway, not so bad. We've recovered the drone again. I had to do the walk of shame to find it again, but the beeper saved the day again. So here we go. Let's get armed and ready, go for another little flight. And I've also brought the 4S, so we can try this on 4S later too and see how that handles. But so far so good. Actually got pretty good penetration. I was pretty far out there. I think it's better than some of the other drones. So maybe the Crossfire is a little bit better. So let's go out there again and see what we can do. Armed and ready. And up we go. So as I said before, the cool thing about this now is once I get a little bit better with my flying, I can show you more cool stuff in the area. And down there, as I said before, is one of those cool areas where there's a trash can over there for one. Oh, am I gonna have to do this again? No, come on. Just get the signal back. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. When you just go gently on the ground, it just bumps it off. Let me see. If I can turn on my other goggles, the ones that are directly on the channel, and see if that makes any difference. So I brought them here. Nope, they also have the same issue. Once the drone falls out of the sky and bumps the ground, I don't know how Mr. Steele and all the other cool people who do these things fix this problem. But what I've noticed is that yeah, this keeps happening on all the drones that I have, all the little drones. So I don't know how Mr. Steele and the other people who do turtle mode or whatever get out of the situation, but every time I bump, as you guys have seen, so it just loses signal with all the devices, which is definitely uncool. Definitely uncool. So I'm gonna go pick up that drone, do the walk of shame again, and then we'll try not to go too far so that I don't have to keep walking all the way down there to get it. Okay, we are back. So, not a huge issue there. I'm gonna try the other goggles since I have them here, see what we can do with that. But that won't change the fact that every time this thing bumps the ground, it just stops sending the signal back. So I really don't know why that is, and it's not something that is caused, I don't think, by this particular drone, because I've had the same issue happen to me with Iron Quad, with Mob Light 7, with Emax drones. They pretty much all have this issue, and I don't know how all the geniuses like Joshua Bardwell and you know, Captain Drone and all the other ones, Drone Camps RC, Albert Kim, and so many other amazing, the ones basically that are on the wall that I keep talking about. But all those amazing people, how they get over this thing, I don't know. Or how do they get around this problem? I have no idea. But it is annoying. It is definitely annoying, and I just don't know what to do with it at this particular time. So we'll just make do with what we've got, which is what we always do on this channel. And we'll get back in the air and see. I'm going to use these other goggles that I've got to see if it's any different from the other goggles or not. One of the issues that I'm finding is that the camera position is down, and I'm not used to that, which is partly causing the crashes. So I was not sure whether I should adjust the camera yesterday, so I came today without adjusting the camera, but I will definitely change that out tonight because it's getting on my nerves, and it's just not a good way to fly. So let's try one more time. I will arm and we'll be on our way. So ready, 1, 2, 3, armed and ready, and go. This drone is a little twitchy, and I don't have turtle mode on this thing. This thing, out of all the drones that I've got, is the twitchiest. Comparing it to the Atom RC drone, comparing it to the Moblite 7 and the Iron Quad, all of those drones are not as twitchy as this. This one is just twitchy as heck. So when I'm trying to move around, it just crashes more. So it's flipped itself, and it flips itself a lot. So I'm not sure if it's just because it's a pusher drone and the other ones have their props on top and they suck the air from the top, and this one just pushes the air down. But I'm not liking how this thing flies at all. So I've put the beeper back on again. At least this time we have some sort of signal in the goggles. I can see that you guys on your end do not see anything at all. So that's kind of annoying. Let's see if I can fix it from here. Try to get to the exact channel. The plus did not work, so maybe the search again. The auto search is going to do something. I'll go get the drone in the meantime. I don't know. So the professionals, well, that beeping sound is really annoying. So the professionals are going to tell you that you got to go and adjust the PIDs, for whatever that means. Wow, this is way worse. This is one of the strange things on this particular goggle setup is they have a plus channel to find the channel, but they don't have a minus on it, but we found the channel manually, so maybe that'll be better. I have no idea. Let's get back in the air and hope we don't keep doing this over and over, because it's getting, the whole having to pick it up is getting a little old, guys. It's getting a little old. If every time this thing kind of like even sort of drops to the ground and it loses signal, it's just get really, really old. And I feel like on some of the other drones, this still happened, but not as often as on this quad, so. Really? That was just like a couple of That was just like a couple of inches away. Question being, was I not in stability mode? I don't know. I still don't know if I am in stability mode or not. Not sure what's going on, guys. Was I just not in stability mode? Yeah, the camera placement is really not good for me. So I'm gonna change that for sure. That's gonna be the first thing I do. And we're kind of running out of battery now, so coming back to me. I said coming back to me. Right now it's not coming back to me. Armed and nothing. Armed and... Come on, bro. Give me a break here. Armed and come to me. Oh, come on. You're just very glitchy drone. And it's not glitchy in the sense that I'm sure that just the setup is just set up for geniuses who are really strong with their controls. I see myself somewhere between beginner intermediate at this point when it comes to FPV, and they're just so twitchy, these controls. So I believe I am in stability mode, but as you can see, it's just really hard. I'm gonna try it on 4S, and I think it's gonna be even worse because it's just more power, right? Like on Kevin Talbot, more power, right? So we'll see. So the good thing, we're sorry guys, we're gonna lose signal for a second when I change the battery out, is that yes for sure, this drone has amazing amazing power. It's just really powerful, and it does a great job of that. We've noticed over and over. I'm gonna attach the battery so the signal will disappear now, and I'll put on the 4S. It tells you not to fly this on 3S. Let's see if I fly it on 4S. Yep, that's right. The Radio Master Zorro just told me that the telemetry is lost because that's what happens when you remove the battery. You're no longer getting power, which is not allowing you to see all the information about the drone. So there we go. We're going to connect up the powerful battery and see if that makes any difference when I fly. And perhaps it's just that these drones are supposed to be flown with more weight on them. So maybe if I put a bunch more weight on it, it's going to be easier to fly. We'll see. We'll see. And also they are able to lift a small camera on it. Possibly not the GoPro, unless it might be like the GoPro Bones or something. So let's see if this actually makes it easier to fly or not. But it's going to have more power. Like it could fly to the moon, which we don't want. So I believe I'm in stability mode because otherwise it's going to be a disaster. And armed. With more weight, it does feel a teensy-weensy bit more stable. Just don't hit the floor, bro. Don't hit the floor. Which is good. Oh, this is so frustrating, and it flipped. See, I really don't like this about this drone. It always flips. It flips, it flips, it flips. And I don't have, as I said before, turtle mode enabled. And every time this happens, it is going to drive me wild. Just wild. Just wild, guys. So, I don't know. It's just really annoying. I'm used to all the other drones having a nice battery underneath that sort of allows them to hit on that. This Crossfire is seemingly getting me more range, so that's good. But then every time I drop the quad, it ends up on its head. So. So guys, what can be said about this drone? It is fantastic. It takes decent hits, so it's resilient. I haven't broken anything on it. But this is the first pusher. This is the first pusher prop quad that I've ever flown, and I just don't like the fact that the weight makes it roll on its. Just like a turtle, basically. It does, once a turtle is on its shell, it just can't get back. And I'm finding this to be really, really, really unpleasant when it comes to flying this thing. So I just don't know if I like this at all. So I'm guessing that people use this kind of drone indoors a lot to do all kinds of flights indoors. But with the power that it has, it would have to be really adjusted for indoor flying. I don't know, maybe it's just my skill level is not there yet when it comes to this kind of drone. But the other ones, having the battery underneath the drone is a better design for stability, the way that I see it. And it just makes your flight more fun. So I'm going out there again, and now the thing is, you're constantly having to remind yourself, do not get too close to the ground. And I thought the whole point of this thing is that you could, because it's a pusher prop drone, the whole point is that you could stay low to the ground. But every time that I do get low to the ground, I either lose the VTX signal, or it crashes, and we have other issues with it. So. That are just very unpleasant, very unpleasant, very unpleasant, very unpleasant. And I don't, it's doing stuff. Look at that. It's like, no matter what you do, you try to land it nicely and gently, and it will not land gently on its propellers, which is where it's supposed to land. So, this is not my favorite. is not my favorite. So another thing that I wanted to do here, and I've done this before a lot with the other drones, was do a nice little tour of the memorial and get around where the flag is and stuff. But if this thing is so incredibly unstable, I don't particularly want to do that. I checked that there are no people at the current time, but at the same time, I don't want to risk destroying the drone on the cement, because again, it's gonna flip itself if it gets close to the ground. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and so again, it flies better on. I swear, I disarmed, and it flipped. It just flipped. Why couldn't it just stay and hold its position? So this has been the one drone on which I've had to do most walks of shame since the beginning of my FPV adventures. So I don't know. I'm not saying that it's a bad drone. I'm just saying that it takes a lot of getting used to. It's going to take a while before I can really fly this. The learning curve on this particular drone is one step above any of the other drones that have props on top, basically sucking the air and pulling the drone from the top. These drones here with the props on the bottom pushing down are just harder to deal with, because every time they drop, the battery being on top is the heaviest thing, and it just spins them over. So not having turtle mode on this thing forces me to go there every time to pick it up. Okay, we still have a teensy-weensy bit of battery, so I will attempt to see, or at least take a look at the memorial, but I won't get too close to it because, again, this thing is very temperamental. With a heavier battery, it does fly a lot better. So I'm guessing that if I put a VR camera, and this is cool, look at this, how the sun is going through the trees over there. That's kind of beautiful. That's really beautiful. It's really a beautiful spot. And so long as that thing stops it with doing that thing that it does, this is pretty cool. Such a beautiful spot, guys. This is what I like to do. I like to hover and just take it easy and try to get some nice shots. Like, this is really beautiful. How that sun comes in and out through the trees like that. That's just beautiful. I was truly hoping this drone would be a whole lot more smooth, in the way that it flew. But I think the camera angle will... No, do not. Oh, and it flipped again. Look at that. It just flipped again. I was having a pretty good time there, but it flipped. So I'm getting used to this whole thing, and as you guys are able to see from the video, it is beautiful in so many different ways. But the thing that you have to remember is, if you buy this drone, you will do lots of walks of shame as a beginner, because it pretty much flips every single time. And maybe the position of the camera is forcing me to fly this thing fast, which is not my preference. It just isn't. I mean, the reason why I bought this thing was because I love being close to the ground, right? So just like the Avata from DJI, I wanted to be low to the ground, and there we go. Low to the ground leads to this. And to me flipping on the beeper switch and doing the walk of shame once more.